Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of Easy Buckets. How you guys doing today? I hope you guys are having a fantastic day so far. In today's video, I got something that I guarantee you guys are going to absolutely love, especially if you're a Los Angeles Laker fan. We're going to be talking about the biggest and the baddest free agents that I believe the Lakers must target this offseason. But not only free agents, but also the best players that I believe the Lakers must target in a trade. When talking about the Lakers, they're going to be one of the busiest teams in this offseason, as they're going to have to do whatever they can to get better, improve their roster, and go for a back-to-back run. The NBA has officially announced that on November 16th, teams are going to be able to start trading, and the Lakers must do what they got to do now to prepare for that date. The duo of LeBron James and Anthony Davis, they're already amazing, but if they can get more role players that can be impactful in their role and be amazing to a championship run, it just increases their chances to another level. And if the Lakers can target some of these players that I'm proposing, I believe they'll actually win a back-to-back championship. But quickly, before I get on with the video, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel and love basketball, welcome to Easy Buckets, guys. My name is Soom, and I make basketball videos every single day. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and click this button right here, the post notification bell, to not miss any of my upcoming videos. If you watched this video and you loved it, you should have smashed that thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it. It would really help out the channel a lot. But without wasting any more time, let's go straight into the Los Angeles Lakers and their best offseason moves. When talking about the Lakers roster and what their team will be looking like going into the 2021 season, they have some potential players that could be leaving due to free agency. There are multiple rumors out there that Rajon Rondo, Dwight Howard, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope could potentially be leaving. With that fact, the Lakers must prepare for the endless possibilities that could come, and finding the perfect replacement is something they have to do right now. In this video, I got 8 players that I believe will be perfect for the Los Angeles Lakers roster. Their addition would boldly make this team a lot better, and for the list, I put the most realistic players. There are multiple rumors that the Lakers are going to be going for a superstar as a third option for this team, players like Chris Paul, Bradley Beal, or even Giannis. But to keep it real with you guys, that is definitely a dream for Laker fans. It's not impossible, but this video will be more of a realistic scenario. But one thing's for sure, if you're a big Lakers fan, this video is just perfect for you. The first player on this list is DANILO Gallinari, coming from OKC, becoming a free agent, and he's one of the hottest ones right now. When talking about Gallinari and what he brings to any NBA team, he brings a sharpshooter mentality, a floor spacing ability, and also a power forward that can stretch the floor on a tremendous level. When talking about Gallinari's situation, after OKC lost in the playoffs this year, he made it known to the public that in this free agency, he wants to join a championship contender, because throughout his careers in the NBA, he has had no opportunity at getting one. With the Lakers right now being one of the favorites to win the championship again, Gallinari might want to join the Lakers, join LeBron and Anthony Davis. Gallinari's addition would definitely fill a spot the Lakers are looking for. They're looking for players to spread the floor for LeBron James and their guards, and Gallinari would fit that perfectly. Imagine a starting lineup of LeBron James at small forward, Gallo at the 4, and AD at the 5. This team would have so many options offensively. The next player on this list is signing Joe Harris, who'll also becoming a free agent from the Brooklyn Nets. When talking about Joe Harris, he is easily one of the best three-point shooters in this year's free agency list, and his addition to any NBA team would be spectacular. Coming off a season without Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, Joe Harris was a big factor and focal point to the Nets offense. He averaged about 15 points per game this year, but shooting at an amazing level of 43% at the three-point line. Joe Harris is one of the most efficient shooters, floor spacers in the NBA. In this offseason, there are multiple rumors that Joe Harris wants to get paid, wants to get a lot of money, but in my opinion, Joe Harris should want to put himself in a winning situation right now, especially with the Lakers wanting a player like him. If the Lakers can offer Joe their mid-level exception and Joe takes a pay cut for maybe a one-year deal, it might just be worth it. The next player on this list is something I believe the Lakers must do, and that's re-sign Dwight Howard, bring him back to at least one more year. When talking about Dwight Howard, he is one of the best defensive centers in the NBA. He's kind of underrated right now because he has slowly got worse over his career, but Dwight Howard is one of those players that if you can sign him for cheap, he's definitely going to be worth more. This year for the Lakers, he played the six-man role, being the center off the bench to JaVale McGee, but when talking about the playoffs, Dwight Howard was amazing. He was very impactful on the defensive end, guarding players like Jusuf Nurkic, Nikola Jokic, and Bam Adebayo. Dwight Howard was amazing, and I believe his chemistry with LeBron and AD definitely is there, so bring him back for another run. There are multiple rumors out there that a lot of the NBA teams want Dwight Howard and could offer him more money, but with Dwight Howard potentially going to retire soon, winning the most championships right now is the best thing to do, and staying with the Lakers is definitely something on his mind. Bring back Dwight Howard, I would love to see this happen. I'm so happy he won a championship. The next player on this list is Dennis Schroeder of the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the Lakers can get him with the trade. This year for OKC, Dennis was absolutely amazing and was one of the runner-ups for Sixth Man of the Year award. Coming off the bench for Chris Paul and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Dennis could easily run any team's second unit on a starting level capacity. Dennis Schroeder is a very underrated target for many NBA teams. He's not the most hyped, but in my opinion, he's one of those underrated players that is definitely really good. What's special about Dennis is that he can create his own shot, but also be a great floor spacer. He's a pretty consistent catch and shoot player. When talking about the Lakers behind LeBron James, if they lose Rajon Rondo, they're gonna need a backup point guard, a backup ball handler, and Dennis could fit that spot and role perfectly. I believe if the Lakers can offer up a trade of potentially Danny Green, Kyle Kuzma, and their first round pick this year, it should be more than enough to land Schroeder. Dennis is currently 26 years old, entering his prime in the NBA, and the Lakers might want to get him at the best of his production right now. The next player on this list is Jeremy Grant of the Denver Nuggets, and he's becoming a very popular opinion for the Lakers. Jeremy Grant is entering this free agency with a player option, and the moment the Nuggets lost in the playoffs, Jeremy actually announced that he'll be entering free agency and opting out of his player option. With this report, a lot of Laker fans were saying that Jeremy Grant wants to join the team that eliminated him from the playoffs and be impactful in a perfect defensive role. Jeremy Grant is a great rim protector, a great on-ball and perimeter defender, but throughout his career, and as we've seen last season, his offensive game and tools have definitely increased. A fun fact to know as well is that after the Lakers beat the Denver Nuggets in the playoffs, LeBron actually took Jeremy Grant and had a few words with him, and people believe LeBron was recruiting him. Honestly, Jeremy Grant could easily be a starting power forward for the Lakers or even a backup power forward, especially if they lose Kyle Kuzma. Get Jeremy Grant to maybe their mid-level exception to a one-year deal, offer him a championship, and see if he takes it. The next player on this list is a trade for Derrick Rose of the Detroit Pistons, and this is my favorite scenario because D Rose is actually one of my favorite players throughout NBA history. We're talking about Derrick Rose. He is definitely one of the best six men in the NBA. He is currently the sixth man for the Detroit Pistons, averaged about 19 points per game this year, and his role for the Lakers would definitely and easily be the same. All he's got to do is come off the bench, put up buckets, and let LeBron and AD do the work. Derrick Rose would be perfect in that role. What's very special about Derrick Rose is that he's kind of underlooked right now due to the multiple injuries he's been hit with throughout his career, and his value is definitely cheap. He only has a $7 million salary, and trading him won't be hard financially. The Pistons are definitely entering rebuild mode. They want the best young assets possible, so I believe if the Lakers can offer them Kyle Kuzma and Avery Bradley, that should be enough for Derrick Rose. Imagine a closing lineup of Derrick Rose, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. This team would have so many options offensively. The next player on this list is Victor Oladipo of the Indiana Pacers, and this is definitely a fan favorite option when it comes to getting a realistic third star. Victor Oladipo is one of the best two-way guards in the NBA. He's great both offensively and defensively, and right now, he's looking for a new situation because the future with him in Indiana is not looking so bright. Victor said it himself that he wants a max contract, but the Indiana Pacers also said they don't know if they're going to give him one, which shows a lot of uncertainty, and maybe Victor doesn't want to be a part of that. The Indiana Pacers want change. They actually fired their head coach of Nate McMillan, and that's why trading away their quote-unquote best player of Victor might help that rebuild and change of scenery. If the Lakers can offer up Kyle Kuzma, Danny Green, Talen Horton-Tucker, and that first-round pick this year, I believe that should be enough to land Victor, as Indiana will be getting good return as assets. Victor Oladipo could easily be a great floor spacer, a great shot creator, a great third option for the Lakers, and if he goes to the Lakers in this scenario, the Lakers are winning the championship 100%. And the last player on this list is DeMarcus Cousins, who is a free agent, and I believe the Lakers can definitely get him, especially for cheap. We're talking about Boogie. He is currently in that spot in his career where he wants a restart. He wants a rejuvenation. He wants a monster reborn. He wants to come back and prove to the NBA what he's truly worth. Last season, he signed a one-year deal with the Lakers, but got hit with an ACL injury and was unable to play any games in the season. But with the rumors coming out of Boogie being very healthy and ready to go back in action, the Lakers might actually want him because they wanted him in the first place. Give him another chance. If the Lakers can give DeMarcus Cousins a veteran minimum contract, I believe he'll take it. He wants one more year to prove to the NBA what he's truly worth. But ultimately, guys, this wraps up my video for today on 8 players that I believe the Lakers must target when it comes to free agency and making huge trades. What's most important to me is I want to know what you guys think. Do you agree with me? And are there any other players you believe are realistic targets for the Lakers? Put your thoughts in the comment section down below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!
I got angels flying all